Namaste, friends, and welcome to this broadcast, this demonstration of life on the internet for March 29th, 2023. This is 99.9%, and I am Dion Warwick, here to help you, here to read some tarot, here to do all the things that we love to do on this channel. If you're new here, by all means, you might spend a few minutes trying to wrap your head around it, and if you can, please, you're welcome to join us at any point. But again, thank you for joining us at this moment in space and time, to our friends watching later, and to our friends that are here now. And thank goodness Spiritual Gifts Diva is here. Hi, Spiritual Gifts Diva. Welcome. Namaste. And to Pauline, welcome. Thanks, Pauline, for being here. Pauline, please let me know if this is your first time being here. And we're going to get going. I just pulled some cards out of the Dragon deck to mark the date. I mean, this is an interesting day. 100%. So, Spiritual Gifts Diva, you are on my most wanted list. So I've got your reading coming up right, Chicken Louie. And Pauline, you will be after that. Because that's what we do here. We just read... Oops. There we are. Technical difficulties here at the station. Empress, welcome to the chat room. And if you're here in the chat room, please be kind to one another. Thank you so much for our moderator, Empress, for being here. It's a good reminder to everybody. Did you have a sandwich yet, Empress? That's my burning question of the day. I want to know if you've had yourself a sandwich or something to eat. As we mark... today for being awesome. Spiritual Gifts Diva, welcome. Let's go. It is not even Tuesday. We're a day late and a dollar short. It's Wednesday, the 29th of March, 2023. Not a lot more to tell. Yeah, you do, Pauline. That's how it works. Is it your first time here? Okay, welcome. We'll got you on your first time callers line. So what I do is I keep a little bit of order in the room. This is a list that I keep. The moderators don't do it. I do it. And then as people come in the chat room, I write their name down. And then as we go through the readings, I'll call your name. You post your question, and we groove like that. So you're second in line behind Spiritual Gifts Diva, then Pauline, then Empress. Says 32 days. Yeah, no doubt. You gotta eat. You gotta eat, silly. Waves and particles. But we gotta feed my belly before you feed my soul. But fasting is amazing. It's good. We talk about anti-aging on this program quite a bit. Meditation can do wonders for that youthful look. Forget about the coconut butter when you go to sleep. Hi, Malipali. I'm shuffling the wrong deck. Let's get into some tarot for Spiritual Gifts Diva. She says, have I already known or met with your forever person? Okay, forever's a long time. Sing with me, sing for the year. Sing for my left and sing for my tear. Sing with me just for today. Maybe tomorrow will blow you away. Okay. Let's have a look. Spiritual Gifts, thanks for the question. We're reaching into the Mystic Dreamers Tarot for this answer. As forever people that are here and people that are there with you even when you're not here or there together. King of Swords. So we got air sign for potentiality. Seven of Pentacles will be in the 4-card reads. Fire sign as well for potentiality. Okay. I also see this as potentially a healer or a nurse. Okay. Your forever person is kind of like, we take a look at these two, this combination of Queen of Wands up with the King of Swords. It's kind of like the King of Swords is saying your forever person stays the same person, but you are like the sculptor of that person. You like kind of like you can change them, you can mold them, you can help them out while still them remaining. It's like, in other words, your beloved. To me, your forever person in this life, I don't think has come yet. The Seven of Pentacles shows the waiting, okay? But the bush can be representative of a mental construct in itself, an idea, or even a past relationship. And even a relationship that could still be bearing fruit, but one that you're waiting on. And again, the moon is the major arcana, the higher passing of time and mystery and sort of the unseen. So it gives that feeling of like you haven't seen with your own human eyes that perfect forever person that you helped create. It's funny, like life is interesting. Life is a pretty big mystery in the moon in itself. It's like a lot of us we spend time being like, why are we here? What's going on? But then when we think of our beloved too, right? We're like, why am I not with that person? And the answer is in your question. Forever is a very long time. So life is kind of like those few minutes you would need at the end of the evening to just separate yourself from your beloved to relax or just be apart from them. But to me, I don't think that this person has arrived yet. That's what the tarot is saying to me. It's still, very much a mystery. And if you haven't met that person, that person's best self, I guess you could call it, or most highest evolved aspects of that self may not have been so evolved at the time, or they may not have been matured, or they may have been veiled or hidden. Again, with the moon being there, a lot of mystery, a lot of secrets. It's interesting. Maybe your forever person is like some kind of mystic in this lifetime. Like an absolute like mystic, or very stoic at least. Baby Love, welcome. Thanks, Baby Love. And we said hi to Molly Polly as well. So hopefully that you had a pretty straightforward question. And Tarot gave us a Seven of Pentacles with the moon, which is waiting. The King of Swords was there. Mental construct, I harped on that a lot, but that also could be reflective of an air sign. And then I also get the feeling of a healer with that Queen of Wands being there. So maybe your person isn't necessarily like a mystic. They could be like a nurse, a doctor, a care practitioner as well. That could be what the tarot was indicating to you as well. And the King of Swords there. Yeah. Could be an air sign, I feel. Libra. What's the other one? Gemini. And Aquarius, right? Aquarius. And what is it? When Venus rules the planets and Jupiter aligns with Mars. Oh, that's how it goes. Then peace will rule the planet and love will steer the stars. Yeah, Baby Love, welcome. You always make me want to sing in my heart, Baby Love, when you're in the room. Thank you so much for being here. Calling us all the way from California, if I'm not mistaken. March 29th. March 29th. Here we go. 29 Palms, California. And shout out to Palms. Palm Sunday is coming up this Sunday. And for those of you keeping track of your astrology, what is it? The astrological new year on the Aries new moon is coming up. I think April 20th. It'll happen on the 420 holiday. For those, but there's also a solar eclipse of some kind. I haven't done a lot of research into that yet, but for those of you that pay attention to your astrology, this particular New Year's is going to be a powerful one, or this particular Aries new moon will be a powerful new moon. New moon. Okay, good stuff. Pauline, that's it. I'm done rambling. You're up next. So while we all wait for Pauline to post Pauline's question, I'm going to take this moment to introduce you to our sponsors of the show, the good people at the Appreciation Water. They've changed names once again. The corporation is going through some transitioning in a phase to be more not carbon neutral. It would have to be hydrogen or oxygen neutral. H2O, H23. PO. But welcome and thank you. Remember, when you think water, think thank you. And that way, when you drink the water, all of the intention of the thank you flows through the water into your body. And then every cell becomes appreciative of the life and all the cells around it. And you can be a very early, healthy person. Hurley. Will I be in a relationship with HY? Let's have a look. Is it pronounced HY or is it pronounced hi? Hi. Hi. Oh, hi. Hi. Done posted. Okay, thank you so much. Let's have a look. Let's go. Let's stay with the Mystic Dreamers Tarot. That's feeling pretty good. That's coming up all right. You're welcome, Spiritual Gifts. It had been a while since we were able to connect. We were on... I kept missing you, but we get around to everybody eventually. And Pauline, thank you so... Pauline, I'm just making sure there's not an A at the end. It's an initial. Initially, it was an initial. Initially. Hi! HY. Okay. I'll get focused in a second. We just got to mix this up here a little bit. Thank you so much for being on the first time callers line, Pauline. We always love to welcome new people to our safe space. We're pretty arrived kind of tribe around here, and people tend to just come and go. They drop in sometimes once a week, sometimes once a year. It's just fun. We have a little corner of the internet over here where we get to do this. All right. Will Pauline be in a relationship with HY, Tarot? Will Pauline be in a relationship with HY? The Chariot, something to do maybe with the car or the distance between you. Something as well to do with being like you guys are like very like-minded. So that bodes well. And the Chariot is ultimately a go for it card. But we haven't even cut the deck. It was just a flipper and a popper. Wheels, hats, rappers, and boppers. Poppers. All right. Let's go. HY and Pauline. Two of Pentacles. Five of Cups. Oh, man. It came back. It came back. That's crazy. It has a message there for you. The High Priestess. Wow. Okay, Pauline, I don't know where your hopes are here. I mean, as far as a relationship goes, it feels like something is like potentially needs to be brought back into balance before a relationship with this person can happen. In the cards as of today, it's saying that there's work to be done if this is going to enter into the realm of potentiality. And as far as a relationship goes, I mean, we're talking about, the Five of Cups here. The intentions, the emotional intention behind that said, I guess, romance, right? When we talk about a romantic relationship, the relationship it's saying is like, it's almost there, but it's like, there is a balance that needs to be struck. There is like an accord that needs to be made with this person before the idea of the relationship enters into the realm of potentiality. It's almost like the intentions have to come out from behind the veil. Again, something is being left in secret. Again, with the High Priestess is a very cloudy energy as well. Very like tough to look into, tough to foresee. But with the High Priestess being here is saying intentions have to be made known. So it's like how you feel and what you want still needs to be expressed. And if that isn't really expressed, like, I don't really see just kind of like falling blindly. It's almost like as if, I don't know, perhaps this person is still very much a mystery to you. And it's like you're trying to figure it out. Someone as well is trying to balance being there for the other person. And I don't know if that might be a challenge if the relationship was to kindle. It says a future challenge might be I don't know how far maybe you live apart or your work-life balances and your schedules. Something seems to be like getting in the way here. But I don't mean to burst your bubble or all things are possible. These are the energies of the way they stand today. The Five of Cups is saying that there needs to be work done. Emotional intention needs to be reestablished with the Five of Cups here because it's like somebody is like operating from a point of loss right now, perhaps, or a point of, I don't know, maybe it's like pushing things away in order to cling tighter to something that's already there, which is, an interesting energy to have in this. But you're going to find out soon in the mundane life, in real life, with the Chariot right up next to the High Priestess, like reading these cards, like this always in a general context being like, you're not going to have to wait long and a secret will be revealed or perhaps an intention will be displayed. So give this a little bit of time. like within a month's time, okay? Around that 3 to 4 week mark, something big is going to happen. Either emotionally, you're gonna phase out and be like, man, I'm ready for more. If it's almost like it has a sense of urgency, there's like a go 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 energy with you, Pauline, and it's kind of like, you know what? You are very much aware of your self worth, and you're very much aware of, you know, what you're willing to accept and the level of attraction that you're willing to have there. And I feel like you know that there's potential. And if you're not seeing potential in this person, or if these secrets have not been unveiled, I think here within a very short time, you may decide that you're moving on from it, right? Because Five of Cups is there. Being like, you know what? Coulda, shoulda, woulda. I thought maybe, a lot of the magic was there, but then, you know what? Well, somebody dropped the ball, or like it seems like too far or too long to wait for the ships to come in, or maybe just too much energy or effort. Someone's really trying to balance work life and distance with something. It's not that it's impossible. Nothing is impossible. I'm just saying that it hasn't entered the realm of potentiality until something occurs between the two of you. So I don't know what your current relationship status is, if it's colleagues or if it's friends or if it's, something altogether different. That on a mundane level, it doesn't matter, but it's like until we get the ball rolling, the ball never starts rolling on its own, right? So it's kind of like there needs to be some pop, some pizzazz, some snap, and as well, not like a declaration being like, I really want to date you, like, or ask somebody out. But you know what's? It's one of those situations I feel where it's like one person like maybe really hasn't even like considered it, right? And if that's the case, maybe you've already done the hokey pokey. That's not a good thing. But if you haven't, if you're Plutonian platonic, that's a good thing, because that means that can all be shifted, changed, move around just by like, I get you, I understand you, and this is how I'm feeling, right? Guys are not very good at it, and sometimes guys like could be a thing where it's like not even like recognizing it right now, but I mean that has that ability to change. The Chariot's a very positive card. You're gonna find out soon. So I feel like he's either going to ask you for something deeper or you're going to ask him for something deeper. And I use deeper in terms of I can't think of a different analogy of or measurement as far as your entanglement in romance and how the course of the relationship you have with HY is going to go. We didn't have any direct cards of romance, and that's why I'm saying it's not impossible. It's just not there yet. Okay? So hopefully that reading resonated for you, Pauline. Sometimes I feel like the way I feel like I'm giving bad news, but I know deep in my heart I'm really not, right? You're scared of rejection, right? Any fear is going to stand in the way of love, right? Fear of this, fear of that, fear in general. So make it less about the rejection and more about like you. And I'm going to let go of fear, right? Because the more you do that, even if it's something you really want, you lose. It's good to get used to the fear of not having it or losing it, because let's face it, we're 100 years on the planet in a big span of, the galaxy, right? So it's like, I don't know. Lost my train of thought once again. The thought was right there, I promise you. Letting go of fear. Thank you, water. The letting go of fear. It's like losing the fear of not having what you really want or what you really value. It's good to let go of that fear, because eventually it happens to all 8 billion of us, because we only get to be here for 80 years, right? And then we let go of it all anyways. Somebody's calling me on the real-time caller's line, but we're not answering it. Okay, the IRL line just rang. I'm like, hello. We're doing a show here. This is 99.9 Presents. And now I just want to say hi to Shada. Big kisses, Shada. I think Shada's on my most wanted list as well. Yeah, Shada, we're going to get... How's your day going, Shada? Shada is on the most wanted list. And we got Anjali there too. So that's good. And I want to say hi to Ling. I want to say hi to Empress. Empress, you're next. Don't worry about that. We're going to go Empress. I got Shada up here too. But Molly Polly, Baby Love, and Linglicious are also here. So the way the list stands here now, with a little bit of wiggle room from Shada, I'm going to read for Empress. Then it's Molly Polly, Baby Love, and Linglicious. But Shada, if you want to get at me, if there's anything like burning, yes or no, if you have to like leave right away, I want you to. You've been all day in bed. Well, then forget about you. Forget about you, man. Waiting around. I hope you're not. Yeah, I hope you're not illin, Shada. I really hope you're not ill. I hope everything's okay with you. And get them cells of your body. Feed them the thank you water, and get them popping again. Okay. So Empress, what's going on? What's going on? You had a sandwich, so that's good. What did you learn on your fasting vision quest? Did you come to any staunch revelations? Anything like that? No? Okay. Well, just a general, whatever comes through. We can do that, don't you know? Don't you know, bye. Let's have a look. We'll go into Illuminati Tarot for general reading. Illuminati, naughty aluminum. That's when your aluminum is not behaving properly. You have aluminum naughty. Make fun of them. Just vivid dreams. That's good. How about lucid dreams? Vivid? Just vivid, or did you become conscious of your dream self? Physically got really hard. Yeah, well, yeah, ding dong. Sorry, that was aggressive. Yeah, ding dong. It's gonna. That's a long time. That was a long time. That's a Herculean effort. I would never be able to. I can't. 32 hours, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. I can't. Yeah. 32 days. Keeping your system pure. Okay. Let's have general cards for Empress, please. General cards for Empress. All right. Here we go, Empress. What's coming through today is the Queen of Swords. What are you doing, lady in the garden? Somebody's being a bit standoffish. I feel like somebody in your environment, or maybe this is you. Maybe you've been kind of out of the game for a little while, right? If you've been fasting, and if you've been trying to burn the candle at both ends, you've been getting wise, you've been doing all this stuff. Maybe you're feeling a pinch of like solitude, or perhaps somebody is being a bit standoffish towards you. With the Queen of Swords, Nine of Pentacles up there, I get a strong sense that it's kind of like you might be facing off against somebody, or you might have a situation here where this is just the universe source telling you your mind needs to rest. Okay, the Queen of Swords being representative of the mind, and the Nine of Pentacles being a strong pip card of, take a break, take a rest, sit down on the porch. That's right. Because here we go. Work. If work. Right. This is the doobies, or the doozers, or the who are the little workers. Work. That's all they do. Work. The 8 and 9 of Pentacles up in the same reading, though. This kind of gives me an indication of like knowing where you're at through your mundane career path as well, showing up here. 5 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. I don't know. That standoffish thing comes up again. You're just avoiding everyone. Yeah. Yeah, totally. And then, I mean, with what you're going through here as well, it might be a good thing that you have done it, but it's like, I don't know. I don't think you need to be cautious of having a standoff with somebody, or like seeing eye to eye somebody, or if you're just avoiding them, make sure you don't stay in that energy for too long, because then when you come back out, it's going to be like, it's like riding a bicycle. You pick it up right away again, but at the same time, it's like, it can feel a little bumpy at times. So, I don't know. You're going to be working with others as well, is what this shows. If you're not now, it could be sometime soon where you're like kind of going to be in a situation where maybe that's what we're getting at here. Maybe there's this like apprehension to like work like to collab or to team up or to be forced to, like, with your coworkers or your workmates, something where it's like it's a big reluctance, but yet it's a lot of work that's getting put in. You need your rest, but it's like it's saying not so much work conflict, because that's what this is. This is what it screams of, is like work conflict. But for you, Empress, it's almost saying like, don't fight against yourself to make your work go smoothly. Because your work can go smoothly as long as your present moment, your focus is in on your work. It's not going to feel like such a struggle, maybe. And again, it'll take you time to regain your strength after that big, long fast that you did, right? Physically, right? Shows you maybe now that you've done the fasting, you might even decide to take on a new exercise routine, or something like that, where it's like you're rebuilding, you're kind of climbing the mountain once again, right? Okay, so hopefully that resonated for you. I don't know, just some interesting things. I love it when people are like, please tell me just what comes through. And that, yeah, those are always delicious readings. Speaking of licious, I see Linglicious. I see you there. Thanks for being here. So, Molly Polly, if you're still here, please talk to me. Go ahead and post. It's your turn. Then we got Baby Love, Shada, and Linglicious. And hopefully Shada can make it for her reading. Okay. Be starting anew, beginning again. Interesting. No aces there. No aces. You're welcome. 8, 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely, we're crazy. We're all crazy. We got no theme tonight. We got really no programming notes. I can update you on the most wanted list. It's really good. Shada, if we get Shada tonight, that means we got Shada and Anjali. I'm still looking for EV88, Palave Singh, Evil Eye Tarot, and Shamika Johnson. And thank yous from last week include Steve, Feather, and Linglicious. Big shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for posting super stickers last week. It was fantastic. Can I ask for channel messages from Gemini? Sure. Channeled. Now with the English channel, there's a lot of water in there. Let's have a look. See what we can see. Something about a bridge. The Gemini is like looking at a bridge. And there's 3 triangles. I don't know if that's like the pyramids, but I see like 3 triangles. What else is here? Someone, yeah, not being able to speak up. Someone saying like, come along, like come with me over the bridge. But it's like it's almost like the 3 triangles. It could be like there's something else going on in the picture there. Let's see if there's anything else. I'm seeing a shoe with wings on it. That's interesting. A shoe with wings. It's like somebody's moving really fast. Could be. Or somebody's like flying in their dreams, maybe. Or maybe somebody bought a brand new expensive pair of shoes. Your Gemini might have just forked over big bucks for new shoes. I don't know. It has to be. The entire universe is random particles in random waves, so that it all makes sense, right? It has to stay random. What else do we got? Channel messages from Gemini, please. Channel messages. I just tuned into this channel. Grapes and somebody getting into shape. Somebody's getting into shape, and I see grapes as well. That's interesting. Oh. And potential Gemini and Sagittarius. I don't know if you know a Sagittarius or the 3rd triangle. It might be reflective of Sagittarius as well. 100%. That's fun. That was just me having a little bit of fun because you said the word channel. So we channeled a little bit. Spirit messages are fine by me. I don't talk to the dead. I'm not Tracy. Is it Teresa? I'm not Tracy Kaputz. if you're talking to Tracy, someone's kaputs. I don't talk to the dead. At least not all of them, and not for this purpose. Princess of Pentacles, the Star, and the Nine of Cups. This is a happy person. Okay, this is a happy person. This is a wishful person. This is a hopeful person. This is even a person with a lot of ambition. When I look at this Gemini, there's a lot of ambition there. But sometimes easily taken aback, easily hurt, easily affected. Okay, I'm gonna say triggered, easy effective. I know he's alive. I know he's alive. Channel message. Yeah, no, don't worry. I wouldn't have done it if I had presumed or if I didn't know which side of the veil it was on. I already knew that. So those were the water messages, and a few quick tarot Molly Polly. But yeah, that's interesting that you phrased the question that way. Channeled messages. It's just chat. That's good. 100%. He's alive. 100%. Hard work. It's going to be crazy. Yeah. You're going to have to force yourself to do it as well. Molly Polly, thank you so much for being here. That is absolutely wonderful. We'll get rid of that. You're welcome. Hopefully it resonated for you. Let's get back to the list if I remember what side I wrote it on. Here we go. Baby Love, are you here? We'll ask Baby Love to post. Baby Love, my baby love. Shada and Linglicious. The usual suspects, right? The usual suspects are here. And seeing as it's, you guys are used to this stuff right by now, right? Remember, it's easy. It's only a thought away. Good times at the live. We'll see if we pick up any more viewers or a second wave along the way. For those of you just joining us, it's 99.9 Presents Late Night Tarot for Wednesday, March 29th. I'm your host, Dion Warwick. Hopefully you're all doing well out there. Always love to know where you're calling from. If it's your first time here and you want a free tarot reading, jump in the chat. That's how it works. You're doing laundry well. That's sweet. Hopefully you get all your laundry done. That's always a good feeling. 100%. Okay, second call for Baby Love. Hopefully Baby Love is still around. Some people just drop in to say hi too, and I really appreciate that. 100%. 100%. Okay. Super ambitious. Pow. All right. Oh, there's Baby Love. Will things progress in a positive direction in regards to my family, finances, and love life? Yeah, sure. Like innately, I can just tell you, like, if you're promoting it, it will progress. Okay. And those are three big areas, right? Those are probably the three biggest areas for anybody, for everybody, right? Let's have a look. When we're looking for like positive progression or like a plus sign, right? Like let's add to it, right? So if in regards to family, if we're asking if we're going to progress positively, we take it in two ways. Like the family will grow or the family ties will strengthen, right? And in that, what I just said right there, like, that's something you could use as a mantra, depending on what you want. My family will grow. The bonds of my family will strengthen, right? And strong family bonds are good. They don't always manifest in ways that we particularly, can I don't know, manifest, right? Especially when it comes to other people, it becomes very tricky. You just stay in that energy of continuing to strengthen that bond. And how do you strengthen something? You work it out, you hammer it out, you put in, right? You become invested in it. And it's the same with finances and love life. They're just different types of investments. Okay? So as far as I'm progressing, this actually looks really good for you, right? Finances especially, and big Virgo energy here somehow. Nine of Pentacles and the Hermit card. Big Virgo energy up on the board for you, baby love. So what I see is like your finances, you're not going to have to worry about them. That's what this is telling me. And this Virgo energy is like very, of all the earth signs, it's the one that's like, it's calling for adventure, okay, as well. It's saying we need to step out of the box. We need to step out of the backyard. We need to step out. There's something like in the mundane environment, in the physical, where it's like, it's asking you to like, and it's probably in the form of a routine. It's asking you to step back from that and watch it. Like, watch yours, watch your families, watch the people that are involved in your career path. Step back and notice the patterns that are occurring, because once you notice the patterns, then you can see the influence on the patterns, and you can tell if they're having a positive or negative before it's like, I didn't understand what was going on, and then it was too late, right? It's like when you start to look at these patterns, and for you it might come in the form of routine, but when you have that working for you, when you step outside of that, it's not that you're less invested emotionally in your love life, or emotionally with your family, or mentally with your finances and career. It's not that you de-invest, or you don't pull all your money out and say, I'm cutting and running. You just simply take a step back. Like, okay, I've invested. I can't be in there counting, doing it while it's invested. It's locked away because it's invested, right? So you take the opportunity to step back. Okay, now I want to see the patterns. I want to see the return on the investment, right? And when it comes to finances, I think you're going to realize like there will be more than enough, or there will no longer be required a need to worry. Okay? When it comes to family life, the bond, we were talking, like it came out in our English language, we were talking about strengthening the bonds. And then comes the strength card. So it's like, I don't know, those three words we all love to hear. Or what is it, the three words that mean the most in our life? I don't know. It's not that I don't know, it's just that I'm saying the strength card being up here is kind of suggesting everybody's needs need to be put aside. To strengthen family bonds, it's like it's always about the removal or the tearing down of old boundaries, paradigms, and ego. I don't know how paradigms worked its way into there, but definitely self-encapsulated. And that's why I really urge you to watch the patterns, because when you watch the patterns, you'll notice the changes. You'll notice the evolution or devolution of whatever party, partner, or however that person plays into your life, how that works, right? The Five of Wands. There might have been something standoffish or something that maybe set you back. You might have had to put somebody in their place, or somebody might. It's like, remember that past and future are figments. They're figments of your imagination. Five of Wands. It's such a short window, right? The only thing where we can put our input, or where we can invest, is the present moment. So when we do that for ourselves, our lives improves, and generally an investment in self, it starts to cover all those bases, right? Especially when your time management and the strength that you have to put in a full day of like, okay, I dealt with work, I dealt with family, and now I just want to cuddle, and I just want, or whatever your love life is going on. I want to make time for a date, right? You make all that happen. So that takes a lot of strength too. But what I'm saying, Tarot is just saying, invest in you, and then just have the knowingness that the investment in all the different areas is made through an investment in self, with, of course, your focus and direction being controlled, or not controlled, being able to invest in the present moment is there for you. And then you'll be able to acknowledge that you've done that. Then you step out of that, let go of all control, let go of all of that, and start to watch, become the silent witness to your own patterns, your own routines, your own schedules, and to other meaningful people in your life, their routines, their schedules. It's not like you're spying on them, but you're just noting the routine, noting, and then changes in that routine will give you an indication of progression or regression in terms of how that particular puzzle piece is fitting into your life right now, at all, forever. Remember, it's always changing. Particles and waves, it's everything is moving all ways, right? So it's like we can't ever be permanent. When our mind wants to construct that for security and for root chakra grounding energy, that's fine. Let it, but make sure that your meditations are there with it, because it's easy to become detached from that central place where everybody throws away their needs. Where it's like if somebody brought a few of their own needs with them, it'd be like, okay, that's fine. We can accommodate. We understand that, people have reached down to help us up, and we can also reach down and help other people up. And this might have to do with more of the work and the family situation, right? Love life, I don't know. It's Virgo energy. So it's got to be just right. Something that's potential could be Leo, Virgo cusp. Something in that area, or maybe as a timeline for when you can expect love life to show you signs of progression, might be around the end of this August, like third week of August. Okay. As always, you could call me back, baby love. You know where I'm at, here in this little square on your phone. Hey, let me out of there. Let me out of there. I'm just kidding. Oh, it's good stuff. Ebony B. That is so cool that Ebony B has joined us tonight. We have 99.9 has some old friends, not old, like not retro old, not vintage, not antiquity old, young, vibrant, but solid old school, right? We're still kids. We're still a bunch of kids in school, and we know it because Ebony B is here. It's good to see you, Ebony B, 100%. That was a reading for Baby Love. Hopefully that resonated for you, Baby Love. And I hope that everything goes well for you as we start to see flowers bloom and spring arrive and trees just begin to bleh, right? Depending on where you are in the world. So welcome to Ebony B. But right now I want to say hi to Shada. Shada. If Shada's here, please, Shada, it's your time to post. You have my undivided attention. I will be yours for the next little while if you post a question. Because we wouldn't do it without you guys. Thank you so much for coming to the show. Thank you so much for being patient and waiting for your tidbit, for your reading, for me to pull some cards for you. Because it's my pleasure, and I wouldn't do it if it wasn't for you guys. And thank you so much. I do appreciate. Hello, hey, hello. How did my friends see me or feel about me when we hung out yesterday? Their Aries, you're a Scorpio. Okay? 100%. I appreciate you. Thanks, baby love. You're awesome. I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but who am I? Okay. Staying with the Illuminati Tarot here for Shada's question about how did Shada's friend see Shada or feel about Shada when they hung out. That's right. No doubt about it. March 29, 29 Palms. Palm Sunday coming up on Sunday. I don't know. It's interesting. The old legend, Legendary Tarot presents. It's good times. Ebony B, lots of love. We got some flippers and poppers. Okay, here we go, Shada. Asking how your friends saw you or felt about you when you hung out. Hanging out's always good. Okay, because you're just hanging out. See if I can say hang enough times to get the hangman to pop out. Wheel of Fortune. Did you show a different side of yourself or something here, Shada? Wheel of Fortune up with Prince of Wands. It's like, I don't know. I feel like on the sight part of it, like when he saw you, like you were either dressed to the nines, you were done up, or you were you had your hair did. You might have been looking good for hanging out. And I think maybe he was taken about. I shouldn't assume gender. Your friend was taken aback maybe by how good you looked. There's even a shade of green, right? There's even a good bit of shade of green of like a shade of like not really like envy or jealousy, but like wow, like holy smokes, cause you to put on the brakes. You've changed a lot physically. Someone was amazed. This person was amazed by how good you looked. So that was pretty interesting. And then we've got Eight of Wands, Ten of Swords. So it's kind of like I don't know. Nothing was grounded. Maybe hanging out was truly just hanging out, but nothing seemed grounded. But yet, nothing seemed to be gained, right? Like, even like with your mind being here and you asking, it's kind of like perhaps hanging out didn't give, I don't know, maybe the best vibe or the best feeling, right? Perhaps there was a lot more in the communication, or you guys talked about the same old thing, or you're beating a dead horse to glue. Something like that. Oh, you transitioned. Okay, someone was amazed by how good you look. So, okay, knowing that, in their feelings, I can be okay. I'm always like trying to find a way to soften the news, but in this case, I don't have to now that you knowing this, right? It's kind of like nothing changed in regards to the feeling. Okay? It's like, I don't know. Have you like been there for each other for a very long time? Because it's like seems like open-end communication, but it's kind of like why does it have this feeling of redundancy to it, like the same old thing, like the same old thing, the same old thing, same old, right? Eight of Wands, Ten of Swords. It's like I don't know, somebody in the feeling is just like tell me something new or stimulate me or something like this, whereas it's like they were taken aback, but it was kind of like I don't know, there was something in the communication that was lost on one of you, and it caused for a little bit of uncertainty or someone to feel a little bit let down, like that, like feeling redundant, something like that. Okay, interesting. So Shada, you move back, but yeah, we just talked about the past. Yeah, yeah, maybe that's all that is that energy of like just talking about the past, right? Hmm. It's interesting that there's a bit of envy going on and like something, yeah, you changed a lot. So it was like maybe that's the reason for your query, right? You felt like it was dragging on? Yeah. So, yeah, you were like, release me from your communication. Ten of Swords, Eight of Wands, release me from your communication. Uh, and the Prince of Wands. So this was an interesting meeting. But I feel like they were taken aback, this Aries, right? Aries and Scorpio is always an interesting relationship because it's always like this game of like, I don't know, who's going to rise to the occasion, right? Shada, you're awesome at this. Thank you so much for your question. We wouldn't do it without you. Thank you for your kind words. I really appreciate them. So hopefully that resonated for you. I don't think you have to worry about how this person felt, but what I see is like they were taken aback, but then there was like a redundancy that took away from the feeling, took away from the connection or whatever. And it kind of still lingers on to this day a little bit. So yeah. Maybe you guys just need to find something new to talk about or some kind of new hobby when you're hanging out, right? Hanging out's good, but doing novel things when hanging out is like that's top notch. Top notch. Lots of love, Shada. Okay. Linglicious is on. Linglicious, if you could post your question, that would be awesome. And then Ebony B. I think Ebony B is still here. Ebony B, it's been so long. It's so good to see you. I can't wait. I can't wait to read for Ebony B. I'm like feeling all excited and stuff. Yes. Oh, wasn't there something you were supposed to report back to me, Linglicious? Like, did you go on your nature hike What did you guys do? You guys had something planned. And then we read for that last week. Did my predictions, did they come to fruition? Was I even close? You can tell me if I wasn't. I won't be offended. I won't be butthurt. I won't be sad. Uh, but you and ST, did you get out? Did you get a puppy? Isn't that what I predicted, that you would get a puppy? That's a long shot. That's like a Murphy's Law. That's like a 10,000 to 1. Okay? Not gonna lie, that was a 10,000 to 1 that you would get a puppy. But I still felt it could happen. Current feelings. Feelings and actions. Yes. We'll go back into the Mystic Dreamers Tarot for that. Okay, Ling. It's good times. Anybody else that's new here, that's watching and just a little bit dumbfounded by the mediocrity of the content here, if you want a free tarot reading, all you have to do is show up in the chat room. Okay? We had cake, but you're going out tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow, I love you tomorrow. ST's current feelings and next actions towards our friend Ling. So have a good. Oh, see, it's always good. It's always good, Ling. Like, I don't know, like, I'm gonna stop reading for you and this person. It's always so good. Oh, it was a puppy. Maybe the puppy was watching us. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe he loves the puppy too. So, current feelings towards you, very good. Okay, very, like, he holds you in high regard. Almost like you're the top of his thought process, top of his thought chain, right? So, and he does. Feelings, he feels carefree about you and with you, which is kind of the ideal for your partner. They feel, like not a care in the world, right? It's not that they don't care about you. They just don't have any other cares in the world. You see how focused that Knight of Wands is on his wand? Okay? That's not a innuendo. But the Knight of Wands is very focused on his wand in this deck. So it's kind of like the attention, the strengthening of the intention to be together is growing with this person. Now, with being there with the Fool, right? What do they say about the Fool? The Fool pays highly for his pleasure, okay? So it's like, what goes up must come down. So again, wakes up in the morning, energy up, energy down. Thoughts and feelings in regards to you is kind of like, I think he realizes, like, the feelings can't grow without a stronger commitment of time. Because actions towards you, you've got the King of Wands now up with the Six of Pentacles. You only get what you give. You only are able to enjoy as much as you're willing to invest the time to enjoy it. And if you don't invest the time to enjoy it, then you can't enjoy it. It's as simple as that, silly. But look at the lion and the lioness in the bottom of that King of Wands, right? It's kind of like heavily passioned, right? And he's kind of like guarding his passion. It's very interesting. True love can really take place when we have a real ability to let go of all notions of the negative. I can't, I shouldn't, it won't, I'm afraid. All of these things is about letting go. And the more time you spend in harmony together, the easier it is to let that go. It's kind of like you assist each other in letting you go. Next actions towards you, I don't think he's really, other than like going out tomorrow, you guys might be getting a little bit, you might be getting busy. You might be getting busy, as the kids say. And Six of Pentacles here as well. It's kind of like, again, more gifts. I think I still get a sense of you getting a gift. Maybe not a puppy, but I still get that sense of that gift coming in. Six of Pentacles. So maybe he feels a little bad he couldn't have done more with you on your birthday. I don't know if... I shouldn't assume gender. ST feels like he couldn't... Oh, it's just like in there. Maybe they feel bad about not being able to do all the things that they wanted to do due to, like you said, those time constraints, right? Because Six of Pentacles can be very much about the time constraint. And the King of Wands there being like, he sits in dominion of, I shouldn't say he, ST sits in dominion of what they do, right? It's hard. I assume genders because generally my intuition tells the gender, but it can at times be wrong, and I don't mean to offend because everything is so sensitive right now. But you guys know that I've been saying that for years. All right, Shiv Shakti, Shakti. What kind of tea would you like? I want some shock in my tea. Shakti, Shiva, Brahman. Such is the truth. Welcome, Shiv Shakti, to the program. You are welcome here. We got one person ahead of you, Shiv Shakti, and then I can read for you. I want to talk to Ebony B. Ebony B around for us. And hopefully, Ling, that resonated for you. More gifts. Yeah, there's like a steady flow of them, a steady stream of gifting. Yeah. Did you? I thought you would have told him you wanted pie after we talked about pie. Something you need to know. Yeah. I know, right? I should just like not even second guess it. Just flow with it, right? It's just so sensitive right now. A bit of anxiety, not my own intuition about the global culture. It's like, God, I can't handle it. Don't make me go to school today. Too old for school. Yeah, we got one reading ahead of you, and then you're up, Shiv Shakti. So right now we're going to do a reading for Ebony B, who's asked a general, what does Ebony B need to know? General messages for Ebony B, please, Tarot. It's been a little while, so that's good. You're welcome, Ling. For Ebony B now, please show us, Tarot. General messages for Ebony B. What does Ebony B need to see? What cards does she need to see? What do we need to know? Here we go, Ebony B. I hope you're ready. Hangman. Hangman. Okay. Wow. Magician and the Six of Pentacles shows up. Okay. We'll begin first with the first card that came up. Hangman is here, right? When you see Hangman, it's kind of like feeling faded. It's almost like don't resign to things that are beyond your control. Take control of those things that you can control, and therefore the things that are seemingly uncontrollable will seem more controllable. Okay? I can't control myself, but this is kind of what this is all about. Like somebody in your environment is getting their karma, or is getting what their just dues of what goes around comes around. I know you've been a good person, so I don't really see this reflective of you. But somebody in your environment might have stirred the pot a little bit, and then I don't know, or maybe potentially lost some money, or potentially had a falling out with someone, or is on the verge of a falling out with someone. Again, this has somewhat aggressor and victim energy to it. So I don't know what this could be. But the general energy here is just saying don't fall asleep at the wheel. Stay on top of your game. Remember not to feel that everything, I guess, means so much or is heavily faded, right? We get into living life on earth, and then we go to school and they teach us all this stuff about what is so serious and what is so right? But the spirit is just crying out for no labels and just free flow and just expression and ecstasy and just the tidal waves of the emotion, and of life, just being able to flow and be free, and the freedom in it, and to manifest destiny. But then it came in, be nose to the grindstone. We have to grind it out. The economies and all of these things that affect our personal existence here on this planet, we have to remember sometimes that we are much more than that. Okay, Ebony B, and that's the Seven of Wands, fighting to stay on top of the spiritual game in order to feel more control in life. Okay, in control of things that, normally would dictate what we do. We start to dictate what effect they have on us. So it's a good thing, right? Again, we have a karmic card here in the Six of Pentacles and the Magician. If somebody in your environment has lied, I don't know, this keeps coming up. Like if someone has been like untruthful, it's going to come back to bite them. And again, you might be in a stage here as well, career-wise or work-wise, or in your manifesting processes where you're at a stage where you're ready to invest more time, or you're ready to invest more focus in that, or you're making more of what you have. It's interesting. The Princess of Pentacles is not here, but instead it comes with the Six. So it might be just saying like, again, don't worry so much about the future of what is or isn't in your life. Just be appreciative of what is or what isn't in your life. And then the things that are about to become what they are in your life will come and present themselves in a way that is like fair and magical unto the amount that you're investing in it, right? Subscribing in it. So with the Magician being there, and again, this is, if somebody was up to no good, they're going to get what's coming to them. And I don't know, you'll know more about who this is rather than me knowing about who this is. Potentially a Pisces. That's all I got. Okay? That you're not sure if you want to forgive. Nah. Okay, now we're getting it. So it plays out both ways, right? So yeah, it's maybe that's the issue. Like the tarot and spirit wanted to address with you. It's being like, you might want to reevaluate your position, and in your own healing, so you can gain more freedom through the forgiveness. And if it's so bad, it's like that may take some time to train the mind in order to be able to do that, or it might take, like, I don't know, something spiritual or something miraculous to occur within you where it's like, it's not that you don't forgive, but it's that you've forgiven them in your heart, not because you care about that person. And if you do still care about that person, it's going to be a more interesting journey. Forgive in your heart just to allow your own heart to heal. You don't have to forgive outwardly. You don't have to go and especially if this person is asking of your forgiveness, if this person asks you for their forgiveness, you just kind of, forgive yourself kind of thing, for now. And maybe that can grow one day. But it's faded and it's already in the past, right? You're trying to find peace in the whole thing. Yeah. Well, Seven of Wands is saying, you stay on it. Like if you meditate on it and you give it out to spirit, if you give it to source to help, through your prayers and your meditations and your angels or guides or whatnot, continue that process of it. And then on the mundane level, even on the personal level, about how you think about it or how you feel about it in the future, that's all in a realm of infinite potentiality right now. But what you can do is you can get in there and do some of that spiritual side and not worry about how it's going to trickle out in your mental or your emotional processes. If you have a mental or emotional reaction to what's going on spiritually, it's like, then you're getting through, you're breaking through. The last piece is that family member themselves, right? That's always like, that's the last piece. But what it is it's like heart chakra work within yourself. Being able to realize like that person screwed up or that person is screwed up, whatever the case may be. Being like, that's outside of where we're looking to begin with. Right now we're looking into your own heart chakra energy, not necessarily even about that person, but at the idea of forgiveness itself. Like, what does that entail? If this is something so bad that you're cutting, like you may be cutting like your like a karmic, like a family, that branch is just broken off the tree. It was that bad, you know. Then that forgiveness is being able to forgive inside of you for what happened. Not even that you need forgiveness, but you forgive that person and yourself in those moments, and then you let it go. You let that branch break off. You're not trying to salvage it at that point. And just because you're not trying to salvage it doesn't mean that you haven't forgiven it. Because the forgiveness will take on a waveform, a life, an energy of its own. That will help you regardless of that other person. Okay? All right. Good night, baby love. Thanks for being here. And Ebony B, big hugs. Big hugs. That's a tough one to go through. And it's funny that Tarot wanted to look at that. It wanted to bring that up. So, good stuff. Not good. Not the greatest stuff, but it can be good stuff. It can be. So stay. Seven of Wands. That was a big one there. Stay on top of your game. Make sure you're not just kind of, you do you. And you stay in it. You stay focused on it. Okay, we need to have a station identification here. 99.9 presents Late Night Tarot. I'm your host, Dion Warwick. This is Late Night Tarot, brought to you by the good people at Appreciation Water, who thank you very, very much for being your awesome selves. Okay, remember, when you think water, think thank you. That way, the appreciation-infused water goes into your body and then infuses all the cells of your body in appreciation, and then you live your whole existence in thankfulness, in gratefulness, and in appreciation, so that you can vibe with the higher wave particle forms as we traverse the universe. Okay? Hi, Playboy Bunny. Welcome to the show. Good to see you here. I also see Flo. Welcome, Flo. It's good to see you, Flo. All right. So we got PB and J, PBB, Playboy Bunny, and then we have Flo up on deck because I think I didn't miss anybody in. Oh no, Shiv Shakti. We got Shiv Shakti up first, and then Playboy Bunny, and then we have Flo. Welcome. Thanks for being here. That was a reading for our friend Ebony B, who hasn't been around in quite some time, but I appreciate you coming back, Ebony B. Really good to see you. It's a personal experience here. It's not like Russell Brand, where it's like, hello, you 6 billion awakenings, beauties. I'm like, no, this is for you. This is for you. I wouldn't do it if you weren't here. Okay? It's good times. So Shiv Shakti, if you're still here, it's your turn to post a question. You got a job offer, and we predicted it here on this program. That still happens around here. It gets uncanny sometimes, right? Most of the time, I'm all about those 3 little words that we all want to hear so much. I don't know. Okay, it's good times. PBB, hello. We're not about fear on this channel. No salesperson will ever visit. It's not a cult. It's not a scam. We don't care about the mainstream narratives, whatever side they're on. We are our own independent corner of the matrix where we get to be in bliss and awesomeness with one another. And it's a time. It's just a time. We have a good time. We keep it a little lighthearted around here. Tarot should be fun. It's not supposed to be not unfun. What did Shahrukh feel about, hopefully I'm saying that wrong, Shahrukh feel about my relationship with him? Or we are separated but just wanted to know. So kind of going back through the looking glass here. Let's have a look. I'm going to go back to Illuminati. No, let's go into Mystic Dreamers. Okay, we get touchy-feely. It's on the emotional side here when we ask about feelings. We want to know, Tarot, what did Shahrukh feel about Shiv Shakti's relationship? About the relationship with Shiv Shakti and Shahrukh. What were the feelings there? past and current feelings there. Okay, Shiv Shakti. Live from Shiva's doorstep, it is broadcasting 30,000 miles above Mount Kailash. Okay. Yeah, Queen of Wands. I think this person thought you were very caring and a good communicator. I think this is really what this is about. The Queen of Wands is up here with the Eight of Wands, being like, there was a wound so deep that it couldn't be healed. As far as the feelings would go, it's almost like you guys got along very well together, but the trust and I think that's why you're separated now. I think there was a trust issue that got in the way. But the friendship, the camaraderie, like the being able to like laugh and sing and cry together, I think he really liked all of that, right? And the fact that you were a bit of a healer too, you have like healing abilities, and you were a good communicator, and you're a very nurturing kind of person. So there's a lot of potential in there, but I think it was the trust issue that kind of broke down, and it might have had something to do with like mutual friends or friends that you have in common. Three of Swords, Three of Cups being like, you know what? This person, Shahrukh, like, I don't even know if this person fully trusted themselves, which is a very tough thing to be in because of a different religion, right? Okay. Sisters, right? So you were kind of found betrayed by your sisters, but there was that's a trust issue. That makes sense. Three of Swords, Three of Cups. That's funny. And it showed you what it did. Because I asked about current feelings too, right? So that's interesting. They didn't trust you. And they got to him. They got to him, and then maybe there was a lack of trust. He started to believe what they were saying. Right? That's maybe what I feel about it. But you were very healing, and you were like, he enjoyed the time you spent together. So hopefully the separation isn't permanent. He chose his sisters. Yeah, it's interesting. Like because to me, like my culture, like I don't know culture. I don't even really like culture. I feel culture makes us betray our very own human instincts and desires, you know. But it's very tough. It's very deep cerebral programming that goes on there, especially when you start introducing religion or any kind of like, I don't know, very influential experiences, the present moment experiences kind of thing, right? So that's too bad. That's too bad. It's like quite impressionable, and then there was like a loss of trust, right? Good for you. You've moved on. Well, that's really good. That is really good. You might meet somebody through a friend as well, through a current friend, which is good. It is, yeah. It's too bad. Like people need to like lighten up, and they need to realize if love is what they want, being able to tear down their own boundaries is the necessary step that comes before that, right? It's very tough. And you had outside forces of the sisters. That's very interesting. I was going to say, like, there's a big lack of trust. So, yeah. Well, thanks, Shiv Shakti. I appreciate that. We just let the tarot tell it. Like, I showed you the tarot and you knew exactly. That's exactly what, right? Because you saw the card Three of Swords of Betrayal next to the Three of Cups, which is, you know, can be indicative of sisterhood. You know, we don't. It's such a mundane meaning of the Three of Cups, the sisterhood, but that's what it was in this occasion. So I didn't even mention it, so I wasn't that spot on. Oh, tarot is where it's at though when it comes to that kind of stuff. So thanks for being, because this is your first time here, right? Yeah, Shiv Shakti. Okay. Big special thank you, Shiv. I'm going to call you on the old time phone. Call us back if you got more questions for later on down the road. I would love to be there to look and do cards for you again in the future, okay? Thank you so much. Yeah, you got to give a lot, you know? But if you're not getting anything out of it, it's like, man, that gets old fast. That gets old fast. Yeah, well, that's awesome. Thanks. We love new people and first time callers that come along. It's absolutely wonderful. Playboy Bunny's been here before. I'm pretty sure I've seen Playboy Bunny here before. PBB, are you still here with me? And then we have Flo. Flo, do drop by in the next live. 100%. We're about an hour and 15 minutes into it, so this is working out just perfectly tonight. Especially we got a couple more readings to go. We'll see if anybody else jumps in the line, rocks the body in time. Okay, I believe you. Yeah. Yes. It's your turn. Go ahead and post a question if you want a reading, Playboy Bunny. They used to call me Mr. February. Just kidding. No one's ever called me that in my life. I was on the cover of the Rolling Stone, though. No, that's a lie. I didn't do that either. I sat next to Courtney Cox at a blackjack table once. Yeah, and I peed in a urinal next to Prince once. That's as close as I ever got to fame. Okay, advice from Spirit. I made a fool of myself last week, and those people have been taking stuff. Oh, talking stuff, not taking talking stuff. Talking shit, shit talking. You want to talk a little shit? Let's talk a little shit. I don't mind talking. You're in the hermit energy. Let's talk some shit. And animals, because that's what animals do. They shit all over everything. Okay. So it's like this. Bullshit means lies. Horseshit means unwanted adversity. Batshit, well, that shit is crazy. And chicken shit, which means you're scared. So those are the animal. And sometimes horse shit and cow shit can be interchangeable. Because, yeah, sometimes it's like, yeah, it's the bullshit that adds to the horse shit. Okay. I'm done talking about poo. Playboy Bunny, you feeling some hermit energy of the people that witnessed it. Hey, Feather, welcome. Thanks for being here. We're just reading from PBB right now. We got Playboy Bunny here. She's beautiful. She's absolutely beautiful. Okay. Fool. I read a quote about the fool today. I said it earlier and then I forgot it. Let me look in the book. Where was it? Can't even find it. Dang it. There's something like the price, something about a fool, that when the fool takes pleasure, the price is high. But the price is right. The price is high. Okay. So looking for PBB. Advice from Spirit for PBB, please. About what to do. About how do we get past this? How do we get past it? Show us. Show me the cards. 5 of Pentacles. Yeah. King of Swords. The Lover's card. Take on me. Take on me. 5 of Pentacles up with the King of Swords. Okay. But did you listen? Playboy Bunny, did you listen? Right? The King of Swords is a card of empathic listening. And not like empathic listening, like I'm going to feel your emotions by listening to you. But it's like listening in a way where you are very present. It's reflected in the eyeballs, but it happens through your ears. Like empathic listening is like the direct moment that the sound vibration reaches you. Okay? And when you're centered in on that, when you're present in on that, right? It kind of is, it's a trait. You have to make sure that you listened to what happened to find out the reason behind what happened. Because I don't really feel like it's the action itself that was so important. The fact that you felt that you made a fool out of yourself, and maybe you did. Maybe you fell down on the floor and rolled around or whatever. Maybe you dunked your head in the fish tank. I don't know exactly what happened. But what it says is like, Spirit wants you to be aware of what was the causation for the manifestation. The manifestation, no big deal. You're going to get past that. Time heals all wounds and all paradoxes become reconciled. But the Five of Pentacles up, like you may feel kind of down and out or feeling like maybe a bit like socially ostracized as a result right now, which is reflected in the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is also one of the most spiritual cards in the deck, because this represents, it shows it right now is a time for you for an intense spiritual growth, like an immediately, like a new leaf comes out of the plant, like pop, there it is, like all of a sudden it wasn't there yesterday, and then you look up and like all of a sudden, and that's what Spirit is saying, is like, if you take time to find out the causation, like what kind of like, I don't know, karmic buildup or what you were feeling, what led you, what motivated you to that point where everything happened, where everything hit the floor or fell in the fish tank. If you can recognize and acknowledge that, then the Spirit is going to be able to consume it, eat it all up, and learn and grow from it and use it as nutrition. So what it is like it happened for a reason, both to show you something and to get you to step back in more of a reflective energy, right? He holds the double-edged sword. It's like, it seems really shitty. We were talking shit. It seems really shitty and bad on the outside. But the other double-edged sword is like, this is the perfect opportunity. Especially when, like, you know, failure is the best teacher. That sounds so cliche, I know, and I'm really sorry for saying it. But it has to be said. Because when we succeed, it's great, because then we can feel successful, which is a feeling that we all like to have as part of our bliss and abundance, is that successful feeling, like, yes, I did it. And if that for some reason is like torn away, the failure comes in and says, all right, it's been torn down, but it hasn't been destroyed. It's up to you to get back up, to build it back up. And you're going to do it in a way where next time around, it's going to be even so much more refined and built on such a stronger foundation that not only will you not repeat the fish tank incident, but you may be able to see somebody else that goes through that. And then if you feel, oh, maybe that person is worried that I think that they're a fool, you take the time out to go and speak to that person and say, you know what? It happened to me once. I was there once. Let me help you out. Let me do it. Even if you have to, even if nobody comes to do that for you, but you learn that, that's going to pay off huge spiritual dividends. Spirit's going to be smiling on you, being like, no, success and abundance are not a problem for a Playboy bunny, right? Even though the road to get there is tough, you know, the obstacles that you face can sometimes feel overwhelming, you know, and it's almost, I would like to see, if you're in hermit mode energy, it's almost, I feel like you could be in Aquarian mode energy, where it's like you could just actually start really refining the areas of your intangible self, your self-worth, and your refinement of what is truly important, to the point where it's like, you know, no matter what these people were thinking about me, I was doing what I love. Because up next beside it, you've got the Lover's card up with the Four of Swords, right? Spirit is asking you to find out and define for itself what it is that you truly want and what you truly vibe with. Is the way that you're vibing, like, and every way that plays out, is that making you, is that bringing you to that blissful feeling, or is it something else, or is it something different, right? And it's kind of like, even the best well-intentioned, the way we interact sometimes can become an addiction unto ourselves. Like me, up here spewing tarot once a week every now and again. It's like my vibration runs nonstop, but at some point I have to get it out. I have to let it out. And you know what? If what happened in the perception of the other people to you during the fish tank incident, if that perception was meant to affect them, know that it meant to affect them for the benevolent growth of the universe and for themselves. So if someone was like, what a silly Playboy bunny, I don't think we should invite them to come look at the fishes anymore, so just going to put a fish in the head tank. Well, then that person that reacts that way to you is learning a lesson of ego, where it's like, you know what? Bad shit happens to good people. Good shit happens to bad people, right? But when you hold others in contempt or judge without ever thinking or feeling that other people could be judging you or would judge you, then that's a mistake. So this is all hypothetical now, right, Playboy Bunny? So if a person reacts that way, then that's the lesson. Karma will come back and bite them. If someone goes, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened, right? This is a person whose like awareness is just going to poof spontaneously in the moment. And I don't think they're going to hold it against you. Anybody that does hold it against you is not willing to recognize their own shortcomings and vulnerabilities, right? And perhaps you were just the instrument of spirit to set off a whole chain reaction for other people, to have an experience where they didn't know what to think or how to process it, or it wasn't something that they normally would or wish they could unsee or didn't want to process. And you made them. And Spirit made them and used you to do it because it was showing you something, and it was showing everybody else that witnessed it something as well. And that is not necessarily reflective of you the person, you the awesome, beautiful person that you are. It's more reflective of, you know what? This could be anybody, anywhere. It could have been a whole different group of people or souls, and all this trickles down, all this goes, right? If you are expressing yourself, don't let this lock you up into a place of fear where you are in hermit energy. You feel like you're letting go of your extroverted nature. It doesn't have to be that way. It's just saying you now know the areas, or you now reset what do they call that? The boundary lines on your playing field, right? There are certain boundaries, but again, at the same time, you can play within them, and you can dance right up alongside of them, like the football player going in the touchdown. But you know what? You know now that if you step out, someone's going to blow the whistle and be like, nah, it's all like, I can't cope, right? Because it's all our preconceived notions that lead to the contentment and the judgment that you have on yourself. Again, we talked earlier in a previous reading about that ability to really just sit in your heart chakra energy and forgive yourself and others for what transpired, and to choose not to hold on to a resentment, a regret, or a grievance, and by in doing so, you just choose the fact that time moves on like a damn diesel freight train. And you know what? And it's like I tell my loved ones repeatedly, I sound like a broken record. Ask yourself, is it going to matter 30 days from now? Okay, maybe there's some people that are still around where it's still like touchy. Is it gonna matter 30 months from now? 2.5 years? Anybody gonna remember? Anybody gonna care? Right? Is it gonna matter 20 to 30 years from now? Absolutely friggin' not. You're gonna be a whole different person, and so are they, and everything can go back to being awesome and hit the full reset because we had the awesomeness of this spiritual experience, and you're gonna pull through it. It'll heal it all. The Lover's card is here. Don't separate yourself from what you loved as a result of the way you feel because of a fear of how others perceived it. Okay, I don't know if we can state it any more clearly, but that's what I got for you, Playboy Bunny. I hope that reading resonated for you. That kind of turned into a long-winded one, but Obi-Wan. That's a long-winded one, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan. Dun 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 dun. That's for all you Star Wars fans. It's good times. All right. So we got, hi, my name is Flo, and I see Feathered jumped in the room. Hi, Feathered. You were on my thank you list for last week. Thank you so much, Feathered. And as well, we have Aldana. I think Aldana, this is your second time, right? Aldana, I remember reading for you not too long ago. Did it? That's good. I'm glad. That's what we're here to do. Come for a tarot reading. Stay for a mini spirit session in spirit. I don't know what you call it. I'm tired of sticking labels on the vibe. Don't label the vibe. Okay. Love is lerv. Okay. And I want you all to have the best in peace, prosperity, joy, bliss, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, and I don't know, other good things. All right. So thank you, Playboy Bunny. You truly helped me. And if you have any Playboy Bunny friends, don't, like, if you're hanging out at Hefner's mansion, just show all of the beautiful ladies this channel. Don't be ashamed. Like, you made a fool of yourself once already. Make yourself a fool again and be like, look at this. You can even deflect it onto me. You can be like, look at this idiot. But I just am using it because I only date models. And so if you know any, that's absolutely fantastic. Aldana, I knew it was your second time here. Just knew, I just had that feeling, 100%. How was the last reading? Did anything come to light? Did anything I say eventually happen? We were receiving good feedback through this month, so that's good. So I've got, hi, my name is Flo. Please post, Flo. It's your turn. Then we have Feathered. Then we have Aldana. And I think that'll be a knight. Hopefully that'll be a knight. The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of the Flying Saucer. Knights of the Round Table. Don't be such a square. Let's have a little bit of fun. Okay. We'll give Flo just a minute. We'll let a little bit of water flow. Yes, sir. What else could we do? Do we have any programming notes? Just the... oh, yeah. So for those of you that are into astrology, big time or small time, just be aware, Aries new moon, astrological new year is happening same day as a solar eclipse this year. I don't know. I'm not really a big astrologer. But just be aware that day could be packed. A day, like, I think that morning, the morning hours of the Aries new moon on the 20th, because it's the 420 day too, right? It's going to be a good morning. It's going to be an amazing sun up, 100%. What turns V on the most about me? Okay, sorry. You just get all antsy, touchy-feely. We're getting turned on here. Oh my goodness. Relax. Don't do it when you want to go to it. Relax. Don't do it. I forget the next line of that song. It's a banger, though. It's a banger. Okay. What turns V on the most about Flo? What turns V on the most about Flo? Okay, Flo, here we go. What turns V on the most about Flo? The Magician. Wow. The Knight of Cups. 5 of Cups. And the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So the most. No. Do you have, like, super mysterious eyes? You've got the card of the Magician, so, like, either, like, you're super crafty, maybe you're, like, a really good cook or a really amazing artist of some kind, or you just have, like, really mysterious eyes. So it's, like, kind of in what you do and how your eyes look when you're doing it. Okay, that's a big thing. This person might be an eye person. They might really get turned on by the look in the other person's eyes, which is very noble, very gallant, as they say. Okay, you got the Knight of Cups. Speaking of gallant, here comes Knight of Cups, right? Being like love offering, you know. This has a situation of, like, I don't know, like returning home. There's, like, this feeling you have, like a feeling of, like, it's like a warmth, like a hearth kind of, like, warmth. So the energy, the environment around you, I guess this seems right, is very inviting. So I think that there might be, like, a physiological reaction just being near you that comes from, like, your center of, like, warmth that is innate in you from, like, your upbringing and your understanding of love or something to that effect. Okay. Wheel of Fortune as well. I think you guys have some shared experience that when it comes up, no innuendo intended. Intended innuendo. Say that 10 times fast. So when it comes up, it's shared experience. It's kind of like you appreciate it in the same way for the same reasons. So it's almost like It could be a likeness of mind that turns you on. Like, what do they call that? Sapio sexual or pan? Is it pansexual or sap? I forget. I get my sexuals all mixed up. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune being here as well, being like, maybe you've been a little holding back on your emotion, on the emotional side a little bit, which is good. It's almost like not really absence making that heart grow fonder, but more like, this is hot and passionate, but I don't feel like I've touched bottom with this person yet. No innuendo intended. I don't feel like I've reached the depths of this person yet, and that can be a huge turn on as well. So those are the things. Good question. Great question. I like that question. Really good. Hopefully that resonated for you in your eyes. Definitely. Eve J, welcome to the show. This is your first time here? First time callers line is going off. Hi, Eve. Eve J, welcome to the show. This is my phone to talk to the first timers that are here because it can be a little bit scary. It gets a little fruit nanny up in here, a little floating ooey. Okay, so just how it works is I'm gonna write your name down, and then when it's your turn, I'm gonna call your name, and then when I call your name, you post your question. I give you a free tarot reading, and that's how it goes. So you can definitely ask, but I'm just gonna have you hold off until I call your name, and then you can post. But thanks for calling into the show tonight. We're always happy to have new people here. It's 100%. Okay? Thanks, Eve. Okay. All right. Very, very, very interesting. I know it gets interesting sometimes. But that was an interesting question. Don't sound, 100%. Shirley. Your name is Shirley? Oh, Shirley. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, I'm just kidding. So let me update the list for everybody. We've got Feather. Feather, it's your turn next, Feather. Then we have Aldana, who's here, second time here. We got a repeat clientele, so that's always good. It's put Aldana in the window. She's good for business, eh? No salesperson will ever visit. Well, Ebony B was here. Ebony B, I haven't read for her in like a year. It was fun. Having a good program. 100%. So Aldana, so Feathered, and then Aldana, and then I'm going to write down Eve J. That might be it for tonight. We got about 20 minutes left in tonight's show, so that'll probably do it. If we get the last 3 readings in 20 minutes, we'll be doing very well. And then we can call it a night. Yes, welcome. If you're new here, if you like your reading, if your reading resonates, you can give us a like. You can even subscribe. We don't have any real rhyme or reason to when we go live on this platform, but when we do, it like waves and particles. It's absolutely random so that it can all make sense. Okay? 100%. Last call for Feather. Feather. I got Feather. Feathered was here. Here's a Feather for Feather. Feather. Keep Feather for Feather. Okay. All right. That's okay. We read for Feather. We read for Feather last week. She was on our thank you list for posting super stickers, so that was wonderful. We will move on now to Aldana. Aldana, welcome. Welcome. Please jump in. Give us a shout if you have another question. Please, any feedback from last time's reading is always appreciated. 100%. We appreciate you. We appreciate the water. That's how I also know that the time is winding down on our program. It's almost time to refill the cup. Aldona. Oh, am I saying that wrong? Maybe I'm saying that wrong. Aldona? Aldana? Aldona, Donna, Donna? Aldona, Donna, Donna. It's Aldona, Donna, Donna. Good times. Good times. All right. Why are we here? That's a good question. We have nothing better to do. We already finished trolling Tony Robbins and Sadhguru. Yeah, it happens. It happens. There we go. Hello, G intentions towards me, please. Absolutely. Perfect. Looking for intentions now. We'll go over here. We're going to go over here for Aldana Tarot. Please, for Aldana, please show us. Flippers and poppers. Capricorn energy. I don't know if it's Capricorn energy. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know if you're Capricorn or they're Capricorn. Capricorn. What are G's intentions towards Aldana? What are G's intentions towards Aldana? Oh, man, the deck is really going out. Don't lose sleep over it, Aldana. Don't lose any sleep over it. Don't let your mind run away with this. That's a big step. Just some flippers and poppers. Your energy is it's everywhere. You're everywhere on this. This is important. This is important. Okay. G's intentions towards Aldana, please, Tarot. These cards are just sticky. 4 of Swords. 4 of Cups. 9 of Wands. And the 9 of Cups. Pair of 4s, pair of 9s. Not too bad. Not too shaky. Things are about to change. Oh, you're both Capricorns? Okay. So, things are about to change significantly for you. Let's look at the pair of 4s first. 4 of Swords, 4 of Cups, right? So this is, to me, it just says undetermined. Like those 3 words we all want to hear. I don't know. In this case, this might be an instance where this person may not have formulated any intentions secure enough to be worthy of note to tarot. The 4 of Cups screams at me a little more, being like, this is the Joni Mitchell card, right? Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? And this could be just like the fading, the passing of time here, being like, the quality time seems to be what is absent and what is required, what is needed, what is necessary, okay? But it's almost like these cards have like selfish overtones to them. I don't know. I don't accuse you or your person of being selfish, but it's almost as though it's like, where's the effort? Where is the effort coming from? Is somebody too tired to put forward the effort? Is someone too apprehensive or worried to be putting forward the effort? Somebody's definitely been hurt before, right? Fulfillment comes when boundaries are let down. So there may be a decision where it's like, the intention might be to choose to show the vulnerable side a little bit more. As far as your guys' togetherness, I mean, I've got a pair of 4s and a pair of 9s. It's an iffy hand, because it's like you're doing you, and G is doing G, right? And it's like, where's the effort to do one another? Again, no innuendo intended ever, but sometimes it comes out, right? So the intention here is kind of like one of discovery. It's like you need to discover each other a little bit more. And I feel like this person needs to really come to terms with what their own boundaries are and whether they have let them down. Like, I don't know, it almost feels like somebody that has trouble with boundaries. I don't know. Afraid to address it, afraid to look at it, would rather just continue on with the way things are, kind of thing. And when people do that, that's why you have 99, because 9 is the highest degree of change. You've got the double 9s up here saying like things are about to change between the two of you. And it doesn't always have to be completely polar, like if they're one way, they're going to be the other way. But it's almost as like things can no longer stay the same while kind of, you know, the interactions between you and G to be the same. But I don't know. This person has a lot of boundaries up due to fears, but everybody confronts or goes down the rabbit hole sooner or later, right? I don't know. I just get the feeling like maybe they're not seeing you. Is he not appreciating you? Something like that? Because is he just like simply like taking the relationship with you for granted, right? Not being too afraid to press forward on it or to show vulnerability. I'm not sure. Okay, those three precious words. I don't know. So as far as intentions, I don't think you have anything to worry about. I feel like this person would do just about anything in order to make you feel happy. Okay? But why is there such little effort? Is he like waiting for you to ask? I don't know. It's like he's waiting. He's not willing to make like a declaration or a first move here. Not really willing to lead the dance. You know, when people go ballroom dancing or whatever, one person leads and the other person follows. Not willing to do that. So you're like, it feels kind of like you're stepping on each other's toes a little bit. But he wants you to be happy. But there is no effort here. Maybe he's confused, doesn't know what to do. Four of Cups, right, can indicate a lot of confusion times, right? Four of Swords saying you need to rest, needing to meditate on it, you know, seeing something that's not there, you know, that's not really there, or not seeing something that is clearly there, which I feel is the case. So as far as what we can look at for the future here, until some boundaries and some, I don't know, just like ability to like not be so uptight. It's got really really like a swaddled baby kind of feeling, like super tightly wrapped up in whatever this person is going through, that I don't feel that there has been a lot of momentum or effort to create solid intentions towards you, more willing to just let things be. Okay, and I'm sorry if that was really hard to hear. It was really hard to say. You know, it takes me 300 words to say what another person could say in 13. That's why I'm a tarot reader, right? But those are the feels around this situation. Okay, the Capricorn mix, you guys, and because they're paired off, it's like you understand each other. That feeling is really like you understand each other. So it's like, we need to like get over something here, right? Nine of Wands with the Four of Cups. It's like we need to get over something here, or some particular stigma, or you know, feeling about what was, or what we're worried about happening in the future. Like getting over that is a big part of those boundaries. So perhaps the intention, when we look at it in a very positive and optimistic note, is maybe you guys can like discover some way to tear down boundaries together. You understand? Well, thank you. I don't understand it. I certainly don't get it. But if it resonated for you, then that's good. That means we did what we were supposed to do. Right? 100%. Okay. AKA Boom. AKA also known as Boom. Good time. All right. So Aldana, thank you so much. We got Eve on the first time callers line. Jamie, I'm sorry, we're out of time for tonight. I appreciate you posting your question. But if you're new here, we have a list that closes, unfortunately. I urge you to subscribe to the channel. That way you could be able to find us next week when we go live. We get around to everybody eventually. So what I'm going to do, Jamie, is I'm going to write your name down on my most wanted list. That way I can be sure to get a reading with you in the very near future. But we're almost spent for tonight. The reader is almost out of psychic powers. Psychic powers. The clairvoyance is draining like a cold beer on a hot day. Hi, I ran into a past person today. Decided to say hi. Why did he act the way he did? Defensive and avoidant. Oh, thank you. Water is so good. It is so good. Okay. A past person today decided to say hi. Okay, let's have a look. Gratitude juice. The appreciation water. So good. So good. Yeah, when you think water, think thank you. And then all the appreciation goes into the water, and then it goes into your body and into your cells, and then pretty soon everything is vibing high. 100%. Eve J now. Tarot, please, for Eve J, our new friend, our first-time caller, dealing with someone from the past that they ran into and decided to say hi. Why did the person act the way he did, which was defensive and avoidant? Aloof. He was aloof. Why was this person aloof? All right. All right. Six of Cups. Ooh. Whoa. Whoa. That's not what I was expecting, but it makes sense. Six of Cups, High Priestess. There was a secret he was carrying with him from that time where you had known each other from before. Six is a card of the past. Six of Cups, nostalgia. Okay, it can really feel like childlike playfulness and nature. But we've got the High Priestess up here, which means to me as a reader, this is a secret that was kept from a time when you were both younger. Okay, and this could be straight up an answer to that query. It's like all of a sudden they got defensive and avoidant because seeing you instantly in that person's brain brought that secret to the surface because it was a secret in a which or suppressed. Very interestingly enough. Okay. Eight of Cups. It was very hard for one of you to maybe might be very, very hard for them to see you because there might be feelings involved as well. Eight of Cups up here now with the Two of Pentacles being like, the timing, like bad timing in a relationship, or there may have been just hidden emotions, hidden feelings. Like this could have been like something where it was like they didn't let go of their feelings, right? So there was still some residual on the feelings, and this person might have been holding on to them, but would never admit to anybody, possibly even themselves, that they still had those feelings. So again, the aloofness, right? I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. Right? Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I think the immediate thought is like if it was to be anything other than a defensive and avoidance, it would mean that they would have to open up to you. And that was just not going to happen. Not at that time, and potentially maybe not ever. Okay? This person, first of all, I don't know if they would know completely how to do it. But they're on their soul journey, right? I think the reason you ran into him, because we're all about synchronicities and potentialities in this channel, I think your presence or your appearance was more like divinely guided, or an angelic positioning of persons, because the sight or the bumping into you, there was supposed to be an initiation for this person, maybe to go back, release some things from the past, or confront some things from the past, because that person was stuck just kind of in life. Like they were either like their ships weren't coming in, or they were having a tough time balancing their work and their life or their feelings or what to do next, or maybe their current relationship. And seeing you was to initiate some sort of reaction within this person that had nothing to do with you, but more so spirit saying unto this person, like, all right, this is a sign. This is a synchronicity. This is a clue in your life. Not yours, but their life. This is a synchronicity in your life. Now, seeing Eve, that forces that person to confront how they still feel, how their own mistakes in the past, all the coulda, woulda, shouldas that, couldn't have happened. Perhaps instead of healing them, this person buried them. But Spirit is giving them the opportunity by seeing you to unbury those feelings and to at least address them again before, burying them even deeper, or actually helping themselves out with that situation. But there was definitely a secret involved there somehow. Perhaps this person was not 100% honest in the time that you knew them from the past. Okay? Can't deal with it. All right, so tricky and sticky, we call that one. Okay. All right, Jamie, I got a little energy left. I'll let you in just under the wire, Jamie. And thank you, Eve J, for being a first-time caller. I hope that reading resonated for you. Eve J says, we didn't end things amicably in the past. A little falling out. Some things were said. Yeah, it's tough because our sound is our highest, most powerful vibration. We're all vibing high, but when we speak, it's like that's just high. That's why some monks take vows of silence for decades on end. You can be the most spiritual person and vibe in your own meditation so high, but the minute you open your mouth, that's big. That's the big time, and we all do it. It's all like kind of becomes diluted in the culture, but when we look at ourselves as a creature, a creation, a divine spiritual being, our speech is just like, it's huge, right? Hey, no, thank you. I'm glad you jumped in here tonight, Eve J. You tapped on this video for a reason, eh? I know that sounds cliche, but that's just the way it is. And if you want to, let me know where you're calling from, you guys. Like Jamie and Eve, please show me where you're calling from. I always love to know where people are at. Not in a creepy sort of way, but more as a like, I pretend we're a big deal, a global worldwide thing. We have people from Malaysia and India and Europe that come, U.S. and Canada. We used to have some people from South America. I don't know if we still do, from time to time, when they trickle in. All right. Jamie might have laughed because I said no dice, Jamie. I said come back next week, but then I changed my mind. But if Jamie's not here, then we're good. We're good. We can end the show on a good note by giving Eve a big hug, thanking everybody that was here tonight, especially to Empress and Linglicious for moderating. Thank you so much. That's an old list. What do I got here? Coffee, creamer, butter, cheese, celery, onion. Oh wait, that's my shopping list. That's not my list of people to thank. Big thank you to Steve, Feather, and Ling from last week. That was 100% awesome. So yeah, that pretty much does it. Everyone went to sleep, Ling. It's just me and you. So sweet. Thanks for staying with me. Thanks for watching the whole program. It's really awesome that you do that. And so I'm going to go have a little snack. And again, I wish you the best in peace, prosperity, joy, bliss, abundance, happiness,